So welcome everybody. Thank you so much to my host tonight, Melanie. It's so exciting to be here. I'm coming to you live from my kitchen, and this is really one of the best parts of my job. I get to spend my day, working from home and doing the things that I have to do, and taking care of my kids. And then later on at night is when I like to run my demos. My kids are in bed now, and this is how I run my business. So I'm excited for you to join me. I'm excited to share what we're making tonight. Some of you may have seen this product before, you may have tried it, but what really the demos are about is a way for me to show you just what Epicure can do. And again, though this particular product may not appeal to you, or you may already know how to make it, what it shows you is just some of our products. I'll talk a little bit about the food ingredients and things like that themselves, and just know that so many of our Epicure products are made in a similar way and really just in an easy way. And so that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. Tonight we are going to feature the Creamy Pesto Parmesan Chicken. I have a hard time saying that. It's a bit of a tongue twister. And the multi-purpose steamer, as well as a few of our other items that right now today launched and will be running all week until they sell out in our Buy a Meal, Share a Meal program. So at Epicure, we are really passionate about sharing good food, as well as, really just ensuring that people have food in the first place on their tables. We believe that everybody deserves good food and not just anything. And so we have really committed to this Buy a Meal, Share a Meal program. And what happens is for certain products throughout the year, they come on in this program, and every one that is sold, Epicure donates a meal to the food banks of Canada, or a similar type of program in the US if the sale is made there. So it's an amazing thing, and I am really excited to share some of those products. I know it's one of the products that many of you probably love if you've been around Epicure before, but I'm going to show it in a little bit of a different way, and I hope that you enjoy it, and it just gets you a little bit of a spark to get in the kitchen and start experimenting with your Epicure products. So if you don't know anything about Epicure and you haven't had a chance to read through the posts yet, of course, this group will stay open for the next 48 hours, and I encourage you to go back at some of the things that I've posted today. And again, ask me any questions, but just know that we are a whole food company. So all of our ingredients are listed on our packages. We have nothing to hide. Everything is gluten-free, nut-free. We non-GMO in 90% of our products. We don't add any MSGs or food colorings. The list goes on and on and on. You get the point. It is simply whole foods that are packaged together in a convenient way to make us, the consumer, have an easier time in the kitchen. So if you are not in my cooking group, I invite you now to go into the welcome post or any of the other posts. It's also in here, I think, in this post. Join my cooking group to continue following along. Really what I do in there is I share I'm always popping on live from my kitchen, sharing what I'm making, sharing a quick recipe that maybe took me 10 minutes, 15 minutes, always usually under 20 minutes. And how I do that is by using the steamer and things like these meal solutions and our seasonings that are blended together, so that it takes a lot of the work in the kitchen out of the equation for you. This creamy pesto parmesan sauce tonight will be made by simply popping this in here. I'm gonna, follow the instructions on the back, and a few simple ingredients that we enjoy, and this is what I love. I can customize everything, and then the meal will be done. So we have many vegan products, and so many of our products that are even tailored towards chicken. For example, we popped one up earlier about the sweet garlic chicken, and I know there was some comments of people who have tried that and then loved it. It's absolutely delicious. My favorite way to make it, because I don't really eat chicken, is some chopped potatoes, some chopped peppers, and some chunks of tofu or plant-based sausage or even salmon, tossed together, spread out on a sheet pan, popped in the oven. It really doesn't get much more simple, right? But I love that you can customize. And that's what I do with a lot of our meal solutions. We would spend money on Thai food, for example, and I would see my kids literally sitting there picking out half of the stuff that I just paid $40 for, and it bothered me, right? And so when Epicure came out with their Thai meal solutions, it was amazing for me because I was able to simply put in that dish the vegetables and the proteins that I know my family like, and especially my kids, right? And you know, I would share that in a live demo and run my business, and then my family would eat and my kids would enjoy it because it's made with the ingredients that they like. So for me as a mom, that's something that's been really valuable. I find I have less food waste, and you know, at meal times, more often than not, the kids especially are enjoying what I share with them because it's got what they like in it. So for example, tonight, because the kids are not eating this is going to be my husband's dinner and lunch for tomorrow. I'm going to make this with spinach in it tonight because they won't be eating it. And normally I can leave the spinach out because they've told me 1,000 times, don't put the spinach in, we hate it. Whatever. But you guys know, if you have kids of any age, you know that's always kind of how it goes, right? So as I'm talking tonight and as I'm kind of going through my demo, I am going to be talking kind of like this all night, really fast. You know, my daughter says I do this a lot with my hands, and it's true. I just, you know, I'm really passionate about doing this, and I want to get you all the information in the next, you know, 20 to 30 minutes as fast as I can. So I'm going to get started, and again, pop your questions in there below. I'll answer them as soon as I'm done, and hopefully you get to see just why so many North Americans, because now we're in the US, love Epicure in their kitchen. And you know, if this is something that you start creating your wish list and you know it's getting a little bit too long, this would be a great opportunity for you to reach out and book your own cooking class just like this. If you book through Melanie's class, you will be receiving an extra $20 at your class when it qualifies. And you can book that anytime now through January with me, and that'll also help Melanie actually get more benefits tonight. So please reach out. We don't have to commit to a date today or tonight or tomorrow, but just let me know that you're interested, and I'll make sure that $20 goes on your account for when you're ready. So the other thing that I quickly want to share is I posted something earlier, and I would love you to have a look at it, and it's really about our business opportunity. So I'm not gonna lie, I started Epicure because I was using so much in my kitchen constantly, and I just wanted the discount. So as I'm talking about this, I'm going to get started. I'm going to pop our meal solution ingredients into this bowl, and with my 3-in-1 silicone spatula, I'm just going to mix it up with some milk for you, okay? Now, I'm actually using cashew milk because I don't eat a lot of dairy either, and although this has dairy in it, I find if I mix it with cashew milk, it just, you know, lowers the dairy content, so it helps me out a little bit in that area. So, let me just grab my measuring cup here. It's the one thing I didn't pop out. So 1.5 cups of milk I'm gonna pop in here. So yeah, so I started Epicure to get the discount. I was using so much of it. I was making literally like all my dinners with it. Specifically, I was, you know, drinking the protein in the morning when I was making my smoothies. And I really just, that's why I joined. I just straight up wanted a bit of a discount and some freebies. And what really happened was I started realizing how much, of course, I was enjoying it, how much the cooking the meals and sharing the meals really tied into my family, because obviously most times what I'm doing here is my family is eating these meals that I'm making to share with my cooking class guests and my people in my cooking community group. And so I was really finding that people were just drawn to this. It's food, it's good food, and it's something that everybody needs and wants, right? So, let me just break from conversation there. What I've got in here as well in my multi-purpose steamer is some chicken breasts. Now, I'm going to show you what I've started doing because I do usually keep my chicken separate from the protein that I will be eating. So I don't like to put it on my cutting board. So our new kitchen shears, if you don't have a pair of good kitchen shears, I highly recommend this. I would never have thought to use scissors for this, but it chops my chicken so perfectly, so easily, and it allows me to keep my cutting board clean so that I can then chop the rest of my veggies and protein right on my chopping board without getting anything contaminated. So these are one of our newer products actually in the fall catalog. So that's really exciting. I didn't have kitchen shears before. I think I had dollar store scissors, and I thought they worked fine until I got these. So that's kind of a fun thing for me to have. And also in my 4-cup prep bowl here, if you saw earlier, my daughter always loves to help, and it's been really a nice part of our business because most of the food I'm cooking is for them. And so, when they participate, number one, they tend to eat the food better and easier and quicker, and they enjoy it more because they participated. And I'm teaching them how to cook and, be self-sufficient. My kids make a lot of their meals themselves now. They've made meals for us. And partly because of the steamer, they don't have to use the stove. So I'm just putting in my chicken and my peppers here. They do go in together. I don't have to add anything else in, and I'm going to pop those in my microwave right now for 6 to 7 minutes, depending on your microwave. After the first time you do this, you'll get an idea of how strong your microwave is, and it's so fast. So one sec. All right, so I did 6.5 because I'm gonna just see how that goes. I always check, but generally my microwave is about the same. So for that amount, there was about 2.5 kind of medium to large chicken breasts in there and 2 chopped peppers, okay? So, and so while that's in there, I want to show you what else I did in my other multi-purpose steamer. Of course, if you don't have 2, obviously I recommend you get 2 because you're gonna love them so much. You're gonna keep adding more to your pantry. But you can do this separately. You can cook your chicken and peppers first, for example, and then put it aside and do the rest. So what I did here was I put in, I don't know what this is called. Oh, I guess maybe bow tie pasta. So I put some bow tie pasta in my steamer and I just covered it with water and I popped it in my microwave for about 7 minutes. Now, sometimes depending on the pasta, there will be a little bit of water left in the bottom. And a great way to drain it is you literally just squeeze your multi-purpose steamer like this and pour out the water. Super easy, less dishes. To be honest, if I wasn't putting meat in this for my husband, I would have my pasta cooked, and then I would pop everything else in here with the cooked pasta and then finish it off and it would be done. So, but here you go. I'm doing 2 different ones so you can see how the meat cooks and everything kind of comes together, right? So I'm gonna put that aside for a second because I want to pop one more thing into the oven while the chicken is cooking, and then we'll finish the pasta, okay? So one of the things, 2 of the things actually, that are on our buy a meal, share a meal program today. And I know that I cut myself off talking about the business opportunity. I'm gonna get back to that. But what I wanna show you here, so this is something, what we're using tonight, so we are using our little prep bowls. So these come in a set of 4. And they come with these amazing silicone lids, and these are perfect for little leftovers. I make little dips in here, and I put the lid back on and it stays in the fridge, until it's gone. They are great for a little half of an onion. I pop in, put the lid on, lots of things. And they're just great little dishes. So, and they've got some, I know you can't see it, but they've got the measurements on here. So we're gonna use that, but what I wanna share that's in the buy a meal, share a meal is our 3 onion dip. I know many of you have tried it, many love it. It is one of our signature dip mixes, and you can add this to, you can sprinkle this on roasted veggies, potatoes. You can add this to soups. I think they say about 3 tablespoons is equivalent to 1 chopped small onion. Oh, here it is right here. Everything is on the jar, right? And this is what I love this. It's got a dip recipe here. It's got a sandwich spread recipe. It's got the shortcut for the onions. So lots of tips always on our products as well. What I'm going to do with this, so for every one of these bought, Epicure is donating a meal to a family in need, and it is such a great program. I don't even know how they do that with the cost of everything. This is just a $9.50 jar, and it will last you so long. And the other thing is one of our new products, these cooling racks. They come in a set of 2. And what I like to do is I like to have our quarter sheet pan and quarter bake and roll. This is our silicone baking mat. If you do not have these, the reason we love these is because, number 1, they have a lip around the outside, so you can put anything on these and your baking sheet stays clean. Nothing sticks to them. They are good for cookies, chicken, potatoes, wings, whatever you're putting in the oven and you want to bake it. These things are amazing. They also come in a full-size pan. But what I do is our cooling racks fit inside the quarter sheet pans like this, or 2 of them fit in the large sheet pan if you guys have that. So I've just got some sliced French loaf here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few tablespoons into a quarter cup. Actually, I think I did a bit too much. I think I poured a half cup, so I'm gonna put a little bit more of the 3 onion in there, and this will go in my fridge and it will last me for tomorrow, and I'll use this maybe as a salad dressing. I can add this onto roasted potatoes tomorrow night for dinner, whatever I want, really. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to brush this mixture onto some sliced bread, and then it's going to pop into the oven at about 375 for really about 9 or 10 minutes. And then when you take it out, you let it sit for a few minutes, and it's beautiful and crispy, kind of crostinis. You can serve these with some 3 onion dip on the top that you make with some yogurt and mayo. You can make our hot trio cheese dip and dip these in. I'm gonna serve them on the side to my husband for almost like a garlic bread type of thing tonight with the pasta, and then pop some into the kids' lunches tomorrow for little crusty crackers or whatever you wanna call them. But what I love about these is they are also really good for entertaining. So last year, I know we're not having too many people over this year, I get it, but honestly, I still like to entertain for myself. So I'm gonna put these in the oven, one sec. I'm just gonna put my timer on for 9 minutes so I don't forget. What I did last year, I was running a sort of a customer appreciation for my customers who live close to me, and I'm so sad I can't do it this year. So if you live close, I'm so sorry. I wish I could. But what I did was, in about a half hour, I prepped all these little appetizers. It was some of our dips with things like the 3 onion. It was those crostinis. I made some chia jam in our rectangular steamer with some cranberries and chia seeds, and then did some apples in one of our sweet dips. And it was so easy for me to kind of prep everything and get it all together in such a short amount of time, because like I said, most of the work with Epicure is done for you. I didn't have to do any measuring. I didn't have to do any real kind of mixing or anything like that. It was just very, very simple and easy to kind of throw stuff together. And so I hope that just from this kind of demo and some of the things I'm sharing, you can see why so many people are loving Epicure, have always loved Epicure, and use it daily, in their cooking. So our chicken's done. Let me show you how that looks. All right, so again, as always, once you've done this a few times, you'll usually get to know how long your chicken takes. Mine's totally cooked right now. I'm just gonna break it apart because it will kind of, stick together a little bit. And again, there is a little bit of moisture in the bottom. But honestly, you guys, if you have any questions about microwave cooking, please reach out to me because, there's been a lot of research done on this. And if food is cooked the right way, which is steaming in a proper container, like our silicone container here, there is research from Harvard Medical, so not a company that is making money off this study, which I love, because those things I don't trust. They have found that microwave cooking actually preserves more nutrients in your food than any other cooking method. And the reason is there is less heat because the microwave isn't that hot, less time because, as you could see, this particular item just took 6.5 minutes, and no extra liquids added. And that's how the nutrients stay in the food as opposed to coming out. So I'm just gonna drain this and I'm gonna show you what it looks like, and then we're gonna add our other ingredients, and then we're done. All right, so I wanna show you, it is plain because of course we didn't season it yet, but look at that. Look how bright the peppers are. This is how you know when the first time you see, broccoli cooked in our steamer and it's so beautiful and green. None of the color is in the water at the bottom. And it is, it's kind of mind-blowing, right? And of course, once you start saving time and you can make your dinners. Now, I know I'm talking a lot and I know I'm stopping and starting, but if I wasn't on video with you guys and I was just focused on this meal from start to finish, including my chopping, would take me less than 20 minutes, hands down. There's just no doubt. So I kind of want to emphasize that. I know my demo will go a little bit longer than that, but I hope you get the point, right? So what I've done into my chicken and peppers, I've added in my sauce mix. Now, I guess you can kind of keep this a little prettier by not adding in, let's do that. Usually I throw my pasta in and I toss it up and I pop it back in the microwave for 3 minutes to just like blend it all together. But I know when beautiful pictures are plated properly, they've got the pasta and then the sauce poured on top. So let's do it that way tonight so you can see it. But you can choose what you like to do. So I'm going to add in some spinach. Now, totally, this is just a kitchen hack for you. If you keep your spinach, buy it on sale in a bag, keep it in the freezer, and when you are cooking with it, like this, scrunch it up, toss it in. I am all about fast in the kitchen, and these are some of the things that I'm, learning and sharing over the years as I get more into this business. And that is one of my favorites because honestly, you guys know half the time when you buy spinach, what happens to it? It ends up wilted at the bottom and you just waste money, right? So the reason we are popping this back into the microwave is just to thicken the sauce, but honestly, look at it already. It is so nice. It smells delicious. In fact, I think 3 minutes will be too long for this. I'm gonna actually pop it in for 2 and then I'll check it. And if it needs a little bit more, I can put it back in. And I do see a couple of comments, I know. There is no risk of anything burning. And actually this is why, for me, again, as a mom, I kind of relate everything to kind of being a mom because that's the stage of life I'm in right now with young kids. And they're always like, they fight, things happen. So if I'm cooking dinner, what I love about the microwave, and because it takes such a short amount of time, when something's done, it's actually done. It shuts off. There's no more heat. There's no more, I don't have a pot on the stove that's going to burn. Nothing's going to boil over and, start a fire. My husband's a firefighter, and he tells me constantly, like, the most fires happen in the kitchen. So he loves this, and he loves how convenient it is and how easy it is to not have those kind of accidents happen, right? And yes, the chicken in the microwave, it will blow your mind. So one of my favorite ways to prep chicken for my son, he loves it. He could eat it like literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He loves taking it to school in his lunchbox with just some veggies on the side. I chop up some chicken, pop it in the multi-purpose steamer, and squeeze a little bit of fresh lemon juice on, and then sprinkle with our souvlaki seasoning, pop it in the microwave, 6 minutes, and then I portion it into little containers in the fridge, and he's got containers for the whole week. And I'm done prepping that like main part of his lunch for, the whole week in like 8 minutes, give or take. So, things like that, it makes it super, super convenient. So again, if you're interested and you have ever thought about joining business, let me get back to my conversation about that. And I know this isn't for everyone, okay? But I feel like I'm not doing my job if I don't share this part of it. And I didn't used to when I started, because I thought it was, I thought it would be a bit weird. But what I've found now is so many people are looking for what I'm doing. I am a 22-year massage therapist and sports therapist, and I'm actually retired. I'm retiring myself now from that. COVID put a wrench in it, and we're moving, and I realize, I don't need that. I've had a great career, but this is something that I am loving focusing on now. And I think my bread is done. Yeah, this is something that I'm loving, that I've focused on, and it is becoming, it's definitely my full-time thing. It is becoming more, what's the word? Oh my gosh, like my income is increasing over my full-time massage income that I've built up over 22 years. And it's literally blowing my mind. And we have expanded so much since COVID started, because more and more people are realizing they really need to cook at home. And especially with everything that's going on, they want it to be good, they want it to be healthy, but most importantly, they just want it to be fast and they want it to taste good. And so we really do have a niche product here that everyone actually needs. And so if you've ever thought about that, I really invite you, reach out to me, ask me questions. I hope that you can tell by my demo here, I'm not a pushy person. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'll answer your questions. And if it's not for you, that's okay. But if it's for someone that you know and you want to share that with them and refer, them to me or me to them, there are some things that I have that I love to give out to people who are helping me grow my business. Because right now, this is the only way I can do it. And though it's working, I still need to, I need to reach out. I need your help. I need your word of mouth. I need you to go to work tomorrow, and I need you to tell people, hey, I watched this awesome cooking class. I hope you're saying it's awesome. I hope there's no comments saying, what is she doing? And just share with people. If you have people you think might enjoy after you've seen this now, invite them. This group is going to stay open for another 48 hours while you get your wish list ready and get ready to shop and, ask me any questions. So please invite them in, and please ask me anything you need about the business or booking your own cooking class, or of course the product, so you can decide on what you want. So let's put this together, and pretty much I am done. If I didn't answer anything that you wanted to know, again, pop it below. If you haven't had a chance to go through all of the posts from earlier, please check that out. There's going to be a couple of small things that come up over the next 2 days just while the group is open. And I would love you to thank Melanie for inviting you here. And so let me get this kind of sorted. Is the sheet pan? Yes, this size right here is the quarter sheet pan, you guys. And the other one is called the sheet pan, which, by the way, is actually a half sheet pan. I don't know why it's called that. I just found that out. A real size sheet pan is like this, and the ones that we use daily in our kitchen are actually half of a baking sheet. But anyway, this is the quarter one, and yes, we have the quarter sheet pan, the cooling racks, and the silicone trays, all that fit together. So give me one sec, let's check this out. Now, I do want to mention, if really the microwave isn't for you, that is okay too, because you can cook any of these dishes on the stove, in your pan, in a pot, in the oven, however you like. I could probably put this in for another minute, but it's okay. I kind of like it like this, so I'm going to show you how this looks. And as soon as I'm done, I'm also going to just take a really nice picture and pop that right up beside this video so that you can see kind of the final product as well. So I've just got my pasta in the bowl here. Actually, it's a little bit too much. And my kids love this dish. And again, you know, everything that we have is very easily customized just like this. And yeah, you know what, guys, just so you know for yourselves, if you like it super rich and creamy, you're gonna probably want to have it in a little bit longer afterwards. I like this tonight because the bread is going to soak up a lot of that sauce, so it actually might be a little bit better like this. And of course, if you know at all with stuff like this, as you leave it a little bit, it thickens up by itself anyway. And again, this would be something delicious for leftovers. Look at that, you guys. So there you go. I hope you have enjoyed. Again, I'm going to pop on the comments and answer all your questions and pop up a picture for you. I wish you could taste this. I wish you could smell it. It smells delicious. And I hope you've enjoyed this demo. And I can't wait to, you know, just help Melanie create her wish list and stock up her pantry. And I want to do the same for you guys as well. So thank you again. If you haven't joined my cooking group, join it. It is, I think it's above. I think I put it above. If not, I'm going to put it above, or it's in the welcome post. And